All right, today we are discussing the capo. What does the capo do? What does the capo do? When should you use it? And a capo, if you didn't know, this one I have just looks like this. And all it is just a tool that transposes your guitar. It makes your guitar shorter. If you put the capo here, then the guitar is only this long, and it essentially just raises the pitch the higher you get it. A lot of people only know open string chords, like they can only play the basic open string, G, C, and D, and A, and so forth. And so they're stuck. If they can't do bar chords, then they have to use the capo anytime they want to play in a different key. If they can't do an A flat chord as a bar, then they use the capo. So what you want to do, and that's fine for some people, but you can use it for that if you only know a few open string chords and you want to raise the pitch, and you can't, because if you only play them here, if you only know G, C, and D chords, then you're limited to that pitch. But if we transpose the guitar and make it higher by putting the capo on, then we can play those same forms with our fingers, the G, C, and D, and it won't be G, C, and D chords. It'll be higher chords, but in pitch. But we can still finger it the same way. Okay, so that's all we're doing with the capo. And you just take it and you want to squeeze it here, and then it's spring action. And let's just put it on the first fret there. And you want to get it pretty close to the edge there, because if you get it too far to the left, then you can get some buzzing because the capo's not getting all the strings down. Now, I've transposed the guitar. Everything is up a half step. Now I can play, D chords, G chord, C chord, but it's not really a G, C, and D chord. It's up a half step. So every chord I do is a half step higher. So this is an A flat chord instead of a G chord. Okay? And that is a C or a D flat chord instead of a C. So it's just made it higher, everything higher. So that's one way you can use it if you want to use the open string fingerings, but you want to raise the pitch. Okay? And we could put it on the third fret. You can do the same thing. Tool. And another reason, if you want a different kind of a sound, because you heard how that sounded with the open string chords with the capo. Well, if you didn't use the capo and you used bar chords, you wouldn't get that sort of a sound that you can get with the capo with certain things. So it can be very nice, and you can put it up, even far as the 7th fret, and really get some warm, delicate sounds up here. So it's good, if you're first learning and you can only do the open string chords and you want to use the capo to raise or lower the pitch, that's fine. So you can play with certain songs. And each fret that you raise it is up a half step. So just keep that in mind on your chart that you wrote out when I told you all the names of the notes. On the low E, okay? Well, every fret you go up, you're changing the guitar to that pitch. So we're, if you put it in the first fret, now we're up a half step. Okay, we're to F. And if you put it on this fret, it's F sharp. So you begin with F sharp, and it just transposes the guitar. And same thing with the A string and so forth. So that's what the capo can be used for. Just if you want a different type of sound, or if you want, you can only do open string chords. And just make sure you get it on there right, get it straight. You don't want to have the strings being pulled, or if you jam it on there wrong. So make sure you give it really, press it and get it a wide open mouth on it, and then let it just come down where it's pressing the strings straight down and not twisting them at all. Okay? And the capo should not make your guitar go out of tune. If it sounds like it's out of tune when you put the capo on, it's because you're putting it on wrong and some of the strings are being pulled, or your guitar's just out of tune to begin with. So you can use that, of course, on electric or acoustic.